So Yusuf Pathan may have identified his role model, and if Sehwag is his role model, that's the way he'll play. And these guys also don't get too influenced by the media and what's being said about them. Sehwag is actually the kind of guy that Yusuf Pathan should look at and shouldn't worry about, if a couple of innings he tries to hit a big shot in a critical game and India loses the match. If he then starts thinking differently, because attacking game cannot be based on a confused or an uncertain mind. It's got to have a clear thought behind that attacking game.
Well, I'll tell you where this question comes from, Saurav. In the last match in South Africa, we saw Yusuf Pathan take India from a position of no hope to a position where we could have actually won. And then he tried something and got out. If that happens in distant South Africa, that's one thing. If that happens in Bangalore, in Bombay, in Delhi somewhere, everybody says, "Arey, le gaye, kyun nahi jitaya?" Does that then put pressure on Yusuf Pathan about how he approaches the next match?
One thing I've realized as a player and as a captain, that you cannot lead a side or play for a side thinking what's going to be upset there or what's going to be said outside the ground. You have to play the way you know, and you have to play the way your team wants to. So it's important on Dhoni to decide how he wants Yusuf Pathan to play. And I think for Indian cricket, for the team and for the team's success, Yusuf Pathan should be let loose. Let him play the way he wants. He's not going to win you all the time. He's going to make mistakes like Virendra Sehwag does. When Virendra Sehwag gets 100, it's probably one of the best test hundreds. And when he gets out, you sit down in your drawing room and say, "Oh, he shouldn't have played that shot." But that's the way Virendra Sehwag is. And the same thing should be with Yusuf Pathan. Set him free, let him play. If he gets going, he'll win you games. But he's going to get out the silly ways. You got to accept that and appreciate what the role he is in the team for.
Okay, I want to take some questions now. Kapil, you want to say something?
Our team, we had Shrikant like that. We always used to say, what he's going to do next, nobody knows. He himself didn't know. That's why he's maybe 30, 40, 50 when he started. He was the first cricketer in the world who started hitting mid-off. Everybody today is hitting. So I think you need a player like that who can change the tempo of the opposition totally.
Okay, Sehwag's definitely in a different league.
Yeah, he's
I'm
not trying
saying,
to compare.
I'm not comparing. No way. I said during our period, nobody even thought if you hit in the net also somebody over the head, they said, okay, last round, get out. Today they go and practice. I mean, I remember Bishan Singh Bedi used to say, Sidhu, you hit one more lift. And today the coaches go and tell them, go and lift the ball over the head. I mean, two different things. In our time, Shrikant, we used to look, how you can get out like this? Because that's his game. Today they said it's fine.
Okay. Let's take some questions from our audience. And I want to remind our audience once again that there are two priceless treasures, bats which will be autographed by the three legends. That lady in the white suit wants to ask a question.
So my question would be, how you feel, a cricketer feel when the country applaud you when you win, and suddenly in next match you lose and the country is not with you.
Saurav, you must answer that question first.
I must answer that question. You just got to take it in your stride. You have to realize that when you do well, they really applaud, and when you don't do well, you get the brickbats. And I think cricketers are used to it. And if you look at the current bunch of cricketers, and I'm sure it's been with them as well. You've got greats sitting here, so it's just you take them in your stride and move on. At the end of the day, there are fans, there's media, there's everybody rooting for you, but you have to keep your world a bit limited to perform well. You just cannot think of the entire universe and go and play a cricket match. As I said before, you have to think about that cricket ball, the other 14 members in the team, and it's important what they think.
Sanjay, is playing at home going to be an advantage or disadvantage? Because the guy who serves you tea in the morning when you wake up in your hotel room, the guy who opens the lift, the guy who drives you to the stadium, everybody is just going to be say, "Jeet kya aana, jeet kya aana, jeet kya aana." Is that good or bad?
It's something that Indian players are used to. I mean, it's part and parcel of the profession. I remember Sourav Ganguly was just 17 when he came to Australia. And now when I shake his hand, his skin is a lot thicker. He's become thick-skinned, When you captain Indian cricket, that's the quality you need. You can't be a sensitive person, reacting to how the masses are reacting. I think Dravid found Indian leadership very difficult to handle because he's a lot more sensitive. And people like Mahendra Singh Dhoni, Sourav Ganguly, Kapil Dev, these guys have developed a thick skin to insulate themselves from the pressures from outside. And it's become second nature to a lot of Indian players, Indian superstars. It just comes naturally to take the pressure. So I see advantage.